Hello, it's 6:30 on Wednesday morning. The fan heater is on, although it's not particularly cold. I've noticed that the brakes are a little, let's say, reluctant on the ZZR. I've just took this caliper off and the pistons and everything are really clean. In fact, I think it's had a rebuild kit. Pistons are super shiny and the pads have got loads of meat on. I have just ordered some sintered pads from MOT, but they more than likely won't be here before the MOT, or if they do arrive today I won't have time to fit them. But that looks good. So what I'm going to do is, because she stood 2 years, that's when a bird's not trying to just come through that window. Can you see his tail? I think there's a little blackbird on the roof. I have a very, very friendly robin at the minute as well, who, if I had the doors open, he would come and hop in and have a look what we're doing. Anyway, getting back to the point. Is there a point, Jim? What I'm going to do is swap out the brake fluid. So I'm just going to pump some fresh fluid through it, because the fluid that's in it looks quite horrible. So I shall crack on with doing that. Yes. Ooh, yes. Not the cleanest of colours. Also, not the worst I've seen either, to be fair. So, one side done, another side to do. I'm going to give this a spray with brake clean. Yes. Well, they're all done, all bled in, and the lever feel now is really good. I've got a nice firm one. So, yes, that was a little job that was niggling me. Another thing as well, if it passes the MOT tomorrow, or regardless of whether it does or not, I'm going to take the rear shock out and just adjust the preload. Unfortunately, you have to take the shock out to do it. But it's the side panels off, and then you get to the top bolt through a hole in the frame, and the bottom bolt is just on the linkage. I've greased the linkage up, but that would also be a good opportunity just to strip it, clean it like I did with the ZX10. Nice, because the back end feels too soft for me. When it's coming in here, it's actually catching the bottom of the centre stand on the lip. But yes, it's just another thing to get over, isn't it, really? Yes, yes. Well, I'm supposing the next bit you'll see is me riding to the MOT station. How exciting!
Hello there, everybody. Well, as you can see, we're taking Spurt for his MOT. My brakes are currently not brilliant. I did clean them and what have you the other day, but they've got to come around. So I should be dragging the brakes quite a lot on the way. Nice! It's a lovely morning, absolutely smashing. I had a little air leak. These are notorious, the E-model. They have a plastic tray that sits on top of the carby tinkles, and it warps, and it gives the impression that the carbs are out. But there's actually an air gap, so what I did, I put some silicone sealer around the edge of that tray yesterday, and it appears to have well, done something. Get your side of the road, you fuckwit. It looks like the whole world is frequented by fucking idiots this morning. And of course I'm out too. I'm going to go through the villages, I think, just to give it a little run, because it takes 6 hours to get the mirrors correct. Oh, that's alright, the brakes are coming around. It sounds beautiful. Shut the visor. It's lovely and smooth, super smooth. I'm just hoping I can get it to the point where I can trust it, basically. I think the Aprilia's about there. I've been using that quite a lot recently, and I'm getting to enjoy that, but this is the one I really wanted to get on the road. I've always wanted a ZZR6. I've had an 1100 and that was alright, but they're big beefy beasts, and this is, well, it feels a lot lighter than the old 1100 and the ZX10, and to be fair, these go well enough. I mean, this in theory will do 150 plus. Not in my hands. If I was still testing at Bruntingthorpe, I would definitely take it down the runway. But yes, 3 miles in, and I'm enjoying it already. Thing is with Zeds, the ZX10 was just the same as well. They're a little, the front ends feel a little bit odd. They're very tippy, a bit like a sports bike. When you get on off a commuter onto a sports bike, the front ends feel like they just want to tip right in. I'm just going to have a look, water pump, etc. I can't actually see much.
Oh, do 30 miles an hour, James, naughty boy. You're filming yourself, you're incriminating yourself.
Anyway, I've just forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, it tips in rather more sharply than the Aprilia and commuter bikes, and it's just something to get used to. The ZX was the same, and the very finicky about tyre pressures. It's 36 front, 40 to 41 rear, and they're very finicky. It doesn't take a lot to feel like you're riding on a flat tyre. So here we go, that was through the village, nice and wide round here, because there's usually shit in the road. Yet there's gravel. Here we go, it is a country lane after all. I think I may have the chain a little touch too tight, just a touch. Coolant temp looks good, fuel is good, it should be. I've got like about 3/4 of a tank. I'm in top gear already. That silicone sealer's definitely done the job on the carbs though. It is literally just at the side of the banks. It just sucks that little bit of air in. Once you got above 4,000, it took off, but this is now actually drivable below that, which is nice because I like a free fix. There's no point trying to source another one of those trays because they all warp. It's a known thing. It's the good thing about having a bike that's been around for a while. Here we go, we're going. It's a typical clunky Kawasaki box going up the box. That Aprilia is lovely going down the box, but it's clunky going up the box. The best gearboxes I've ever experienced are Suzuki. They were like flicking a light switch. It's lovely. It's a beautiful morning. I've just got to get used to this bike because obviously my lines are going to be all over the shop. But it's comfortable enough. Certainly not lacking in power. I mean, the brakes were, the pistons and stuff on the brakes look really good, but you know, this one's been stood at around 2 years, we think. So everything's got to come around. I bled the brakes the other day, they look clean enough. There we go, first gear, in we go. Weighty junctiones, he's turning. Right, well Well, I'm nearly at the MOT station, so I will end this video here, and then we'll have a short little, well, it'll be mere microseconds for you, and then we'll see how we get on. Wow, what's the result? Of course he passed. That's another one through, another one back from the dead. Brilliant. I might go work on him later, and for once he wasn't pissing any fluids out. Right, are we going to make this green? Yes, give it a squirt. I mean, the good thing about ZZRs is they sound a lot faster than what they are. You can give it a right good thrashing. Lovely. Right. Well, we've got the result we wanted. I'm now on my way home. Oh, there's roadworks up here. I think I might turn around. Oh, single file traffic. I wonder if it's done by a little man. Oh no, there are lights. Neutral. Neutral would be nice. Come on. We know you're in there. There we go. Still idling a touch high. That'll do. Lovely. Yes, another one brought back from the dead. I am well happy with that. Obviously the brakes are good enough to pass an MOT. Put them on the roller, it was weighed, all the bearings and everything are checked. But yeah, they've just got to come around. I've got some new sintered pads coming today, which I think I've mentioned before. Everybody that drives a BMW is a miserable bastard. Here we go. Enjoy the noise of an inline 4 with a full race Mycronic exhaust. I do like this Micron. It is a race exhaust, but it's not too cheeky. It's sort of loud enough to be fun, and not loud enough that I wouldn't mind riding through a village at night, let's put it that way. I seem to be getting every red traffic light today. Here we go. That is the great thing about an inline four, which the Aprilia doesn't do very well. Is that if you're just pootling around, you can literally stick it in top gear. I mean, top gear, 45 miles an hour. This will no doubt pull top at 30 miles an hour, even 2 up. And it's just nice and smooth and calm and relaxed. And then you crack the throttle open a bit and it goes bonkers. It's great. The Aprilia, I think I'm going to have to alter the gearing on it. I'll alter the front sprocket. I just want it to rev slightly less for a cruising speed, and we'll eke some more MPGs out of it. Although, to be fair, the fuel light come on at 255 kilometres yesterday, and I'd already nicked a gallon out of it to put in Phyllis. So I reckon we can get a genuine 200 miles out of the Aprilia, hopefully. We will do a range test one day. I'll stick the fuel can on the back and we will do a range test. I nodded to a scooterist then. That's a hanging offence. I tend to nod to anybody, but yesterday there were that many bikes coming out of Huggies yesterday, and I would say that 50% nodded, 50% didn't, and that's fine. I just call them miserable bastards. The trouble is, a lot of people these days, and I've said this before, they ride for leisure. They don't get that there's a culture behind it, which is fair enough. If you're not bought into that culture or brought up around that culture, you're not going to know. Yes, the brakes are starting to come round now. I've said that before, but you know, I'm going to go through El Shilton, down the lanes. I'm probably going to have a proper breakfast when I get home. I might have a fried egg sandwich. I had a round of toast this morning, and that was it. Welcome to Culinary Delights. Well, I'm quite happy with Spurt. I've got to get used to him and he'll have to come around.
I think I'm in third gear. I don't actually know.
Could be third, could be second, could be 11th to 12th, who knows.
Ooh, pink! Ooh!
Bugger lugs. Toast. So yes, I thought I'd do an end, hello you, to the video yesterday. Oh look, new shiny parts. GoPro mount, yet to figure out where to put that on Spurt. I got sintered brake pads and some new pad pins. Yes, and at some point I'll fit those and do all that shit. So anyway, yes, he passed his MOT. A very happy bunny. And the only thing I'm going to do is take the rear shock out. I'm going to run the fuel down and put the other genuine fuel pipe on. And the only other thing is I'm going to run the fuel down. I've just said that. I'm going to take the rear shock out and wind up the preload and just tidy it up a bit. So that's your lot. Ta-da!